Hello and welcome to another episode of Barking Good Chef. This channel is all about feeding your dog better, specifically with human-grade food. And today we are going to be talking about these garbanzo beans and 5 reasons you should consider feeding them to your dog. So first off, garbanzo beans are also known as chickpeas. So chickpeas and garbanzo beans, they're the same thing, just 2 names for the same bean. They come both canned and dried, and this is just a version of them canned that have already been cooked. Now the first reason I like to add garbanzo beans to my dogs' food is that they are packed with nutrition. This is first and foremost. These things are really good for you. They have lots of protein, they have minerals like calcium and potassium, which are really important. In fact, so important that I made another video on the importance of calcium and potassium in your dog's diet, and I'll link to that video in the description below. In addition to being packed with those good things like protein and minerals, they also have fiber, which is great for digestion and will help your dog go. And also, they're really low in fat. So if you're trying to decrease the fat content in your dog's food, this is a great supplement. And also they are a bean, so they are vegetarian and vegan. Reason number 2 that I like to use garbanzo beans is that these are really cheap. A can of garbanzo beans is usually about $1 or less. They are commonly available. And if you want to save even more money, you can buy them dried. That will take a little more work. You'll have to soak them and cook them. But at like $1 a can, these are a really good deal. Reason number 3 is sheer versatility. As a supplement, these beans are great. You can add them to existing dry kibble that you might already be giving your dog. You can add them to a wet mix, or if you make primarily homemade dog food like I do, you can add them to your dog's food. So in this case, I might sprinkle them on a dish of chicken, brown rice, and carrots that I've made for my dog and just add extra nutrition that way. Reason number 4 goes along with that versatility, and that's these are really soft. So if you have an older dog who maybe has some teeth issues, or just a dog who maybe has trouble chewing, garbanzo beans are soft, making it easier for your dogs to chew. And you can serve them whole, or you can even kind of mash them up and have your dogs eat them that way. So just adding them to your dog's food is a really easy way for them to kind of get those extra nutrients without having to really work at having to chew these up. And finally, reason number 5 I like to use garbanzo beans is that these are shelf stable. So basically you can buy a few cans of these, you can keep them on your shelf like pretty much indefinitely, and you can know that you always have an added source of nutrition in your pantry that you can give your dog with their food. So it's just easy to have on hand. Canned is great, and you can buy them dried too. Like I say, you can keep those in a tight container and always have them on hand. But garbanzo beans are great because you can just buy a few cans and always have them on hand. Now, a few tips for using garbanzo beans, especially the canned ones. If you do use them in moderation. You don't want to give your dog a whole can of beans. And I think obviously the consequences of that, you can probably guess. But just kind of sprinkle them on your dog's existing food, kind of get them used to it. Maybe even begin with 1 or 2 to get your dog acclimated to this new type of food. Another tip if you're using canned garbanzo beans, or chickpeas as they're known, is to drain and rinse them. This is going to do a couple things. It's going to get rid of that liquid that they're kind of soaked in, and that's going to help possibly lead to less farting issues. And also it's going to rinse off some of the excess sodium. Some of these garbanzo beans in cans do have quite a bit of sodium, so you just want to rinse that off to make sure your dog isn't getting too much salt. And then once your canned garbanzo beans are open, just seal the remaining and refrigerate them. You don't want to leave them out. Once you've opened the can, you do want to refrigerate any leftovers. And, you know, remember, these are great for humans too. That's another great thing about garbanzo beans. You know, feed some to your dog, just feed them plain, and then, you know, use some for yourself. Make some hummus or add them to a salad or add them to whatever. Garbanzo beans are healthy for you as well. I mean, they're just packed with nutrients. So, you know, this really is a food that both you and your dog can share and enjoy, but maybe not from the same bowl. So those are my tips for adding maybe an ingredient that you really didn't think about but could already be in your pantry to your dogs' food. So, you know, give it a try. Start with just 1 or 2 beans, see how your dogs react. Again, maybe even kind of mash them up and, you know, let me know if your dogs like them. I hope they do. And again, have some for yourself. As always, thanks for watching this channel. I should let you know I've also started another channel that's all about cooking for humans, not just dogs. That channel is called I Want to Cook, and I'll link to that in the video description below. You can check that out if you're interested in learning how to cook for humans as much as you are about learning how to cook for dogs. So check that out as well. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support of this channel. I really appreciate it. And I hope you and your dogs are doing really well and that you guys have a great rest of the year and awesome, awesome new year. All right? We'll see you next time.